we're missing Holly's eating, Stanley got held up by a train, not train, traffic, and then Memes was busy with school. So this is 6 out of 9, not a good way to start the season for our first map review, but it'll be what it'll be, and our performance will be what we've planned for. So anyway, what I wanted to do, because this is a whole new gig for a lot of people on this team, first time being on this team, kind of just go over the way that we play, so everybody learns how we play and what to do and how to push off each other, etc. So for me as a demo, I sometimes get aggro. So if you see me starting to get aggro, you guys follow up on what I'm doing. You know, I'm a damage machine. It seems like I die too much, but then I look at my damage and a lot of times I'll top damage at least. So I kind of make up for it that way. But if I call out the people are hurt, you know, I'd like you guys to follow up, or they're taking a lot, or if I say follow up, or they're hurt, that's your cue to go in there and go for picks. That's a premium time. That means I'm seeing a lot of numbers popping up while I'm doing that. I'm the main caller, of course, and you know, my thing is also putting out a lot of spam. So all good teams spam, and our soldiers should be spamming a lot too. Where you think they're going to come out of, you know, always just keep a rocket or two right there to keep them honest and to keep them at bay. Yeah, and sometimes I get picks or kills from spam. So by all means, even shotgun you can spam. Another good time to spam is if we don't have quite the numbers that they do. If we're low in numbers, sometimes you can spam and then kind of keep them at bay. So that's kind of for the demo what I do, and then everybody spam accordingly. And just all good teams do that. So we don't have our NG here, but what we need to do is figure out when to die for the NG. If you think you can make it back in time and he wants deaths, then die for the NG. If for like me, like a demo or the medic, I mean, we're not going to die, obviously. I'll be putting traps down, our NG will be building, etc. So, but if you're a class like a scout, you know, or maybe a soldier, you can get back real fast and you don't have any special setups, then you can do that too. Okay, so the NG number 1 is he's going to be a cart pusher on payload maps. He'll be building minis along the way. He should be pot-shotting from the cart, pot, shot, and just keep weakening people, and it'll make everybody else's life easier just to take them down in the end. Same thing with the scout too. Okay, so the scout will probably be working opposite a combo flank, and so the NG may join in with the scout and the soldier. It all depends. But so NG, he might be up on the flank. Okay, if he's got his gun set up and we're doing quite well, then there's no reason why the NG can't just go out and become very aggro and start, you know, helping out the flank, and just let it keep his gun behind him, let it do his thing. Just try to keep in reach of your gun if a spy zaps it, so you can get back to it and save your gun so it doesn't go down to the spy, unless it's a mini. But if it's level 3, don't get too far away, but you can get aggro as long as you have good hit scan. If your hit scan's not the best, then you can sit back here and just beat on your gun. That's fine too.
Can I ask something?
Go ahead.
What about first point hold? Sometimes you do sometimes you hard hold first, and you do a little unusual strategy for it. Is it okay if you can explain it to us?
Yeah, and that would be one of the things that we're going to talk about in this map review if we get time. But we started late. We don't have that many people here. So right now I'm just going to focus on the team philosophy, and maybe we'll try to do a map review tomorrow instead of today, because we just don't have enough people to do it right.
That's okay. They're looking at our games anyway, so maybe it's blessing in disguise.
But yeah, you know, and it's map dependent, Benji. Each map, you know, the gun's a little bit different, and the way we hold is a little bit different. So, yeah, I'll just have to cover that on each map as we get to it. So anyway, the NG's going to be helping on flank, like a good one is product. You know, you send the NG to help on flank on that one. He gets the building set up. And then he needs to call if his gun's under attack. Help me, you know, help my gun. Our gun's under attack. And you got a soldier over there to just lobbing rockets at it. So we need, as a team, to suppress the threat to his gun to help him save his gun, and keep that in mind, that we need to work with him together as a team. Okay, so on Koth maps, then he always builds his tele as #1 priority and keep it at level 3, so we can cycle people through chronically, and that way we can be there to help protect his buildings. So he's actually, it's an investment for him keeping that tele up at level 3 too. So that's kind of on the costs in particular. Not as important on the payloads, but the costs indeed by all means. And then the NG will be the #1 in a cart, and then the scout will be #2. Okay, heavy. So your job is to call spy time, as is Pyro. Also, you're going to be the anti-aircraft, as is Pyro. So if you hear bomber, you want to be looking up. And instead of when you're walking around, just keep your gun revved. You know, if you don't have a need to be moving fast, always keep your gun revved. And instead of kind of keep looking down, be looking more up. If you're looking more up, you're going to be faster to deny bombers. Even if no one sees it, you might see it coming. And if you're revved, then you can deny him pretty easily. So that's your job, is anti-aircraft, along with our Pyro will be reflecting. Same thing with our Pyro, kind of be looking up a little bit more than down, say. So that way you're more alerted to bombers or spam too. That's, more threats come, or a spy jumping down, more threats are going to come at you from above rather than below. Okay, so you're going to be also the watcher who spawn on all maps, and you're going to tell us what you see and where the traps are. So hey Benji, you're kind of loud here.
Oh, sorry, didn't realize. I thought I left my mic on mute.
So yep, and then also heavy, careful about overextending and getting up too far, and being by yourself and solo, then you're going to die. And it might be a little bit over aggressive, so just keep in mind, don't get too far from the combo or players. If you're on a cart, heavy and Pyro, I want you guys firing the whole time. Doesn't even matter, no threats or whatever. Could be a spy around, spy checking. Just hold it down. It's free ammunition, no harm, no foul. You can be firing the whole entire time. Cart and dispenser. And if you guys are on over here, then you want to be firing on the cart the whole entire time. So if you happen to be pushing a cart, and a heavy in a cart can be a pretty powerful thing too. So just keep firing the whole entire time. Same thing with Pyro. You're going to be watching for spies, milling around, watching for bombers, etc. But you've got all the ammo you want once you're on the cart or dispenser. Okay. I think that's it, heavy, for you. So Benji,
Yep.
you here? Okay.
Yep, I'm here.
All right. So one is be very aware and cognizant of fake Uber calls. There's always that sweet time to do it. I'd rather see fake Uber calls.
I don't mind. I usually get it down.
Okay. I'd rather see them overused than not used enough,
Okay.
if you know what I mean. So even if they know that they're overused, it keeps them guessing.
Okay.
And then also keep gelling with me, when we have crits, just keep that rapport going. Watch your advantages a little bit more carefully. I think there's been a few times where you think that we have it at 30 advantage, all of a sudden they Uber. So try to be a little bit more on your game on that.
Okay.
And then keep the beam on the fighter. So in other words, say if we're back here and you're healing people and you're bouncing around doing this and that, and you see me out here and I'm putting sticks, don't be standing back here healing the heavy. Keep the beam on the person actually engaged.
Sometimes I try to go too far and I might be peeking a sight line. Should I just ask you to come back?
Or just tell me, hey, I can't get to you right now. You don't need to explain why. Just say, I can't get to you. Real quick or something like that.
I'll just say I can't reach you.
I can't reach you? Yeah, that's fine. Okay. So, all right. So that's that. Okay. So what else? Be sure you call out very loudly, 80, 90, and a lot of times if our crits, we're pushing at 95, or if we're Uber, we're Uber. The game is an Uber, not to get in their face with it. If we have an opportunity, if they have, maybe if they don't have, then we have our window of opportunity, but I like on payload maps to use it more defensively, or and on at least on defense on red. If we're on blue, I like to try to get the force, get them to use first some way somehow, so we have the advantage going in. So a good strat on that is to use F4 to bomb in, force their medic, then we can use after they've used. Then we have the advantage. If we push in, whenever we use first, almost inevitably, then they use, it's not going to go well for us. And I'm not saying every time. If we get in there and kill a bunch, then yes. But I'd say the majority of the time, though, that doesn't work out to our advantage. So the game is to try to force them, then we use Uber, and then we have the advantage. So it's that. The other thing too, if we're going to Uber in, anybody can say, hey, they have numbers. If it's by one, don't worry about it. But if it's by two or more, anybody can call it off, and say, hey, now's not a good time to push for that. Okay, so I think that's about all I had for our medic. Pyro. So we talked about your triple aircraft denial. So anybody's bombing, you air blast them back. Spam, you air blast it back. You're going to call it spy time. And then you're going to be continually firing on the cart and dispenser. And if we are losing, by the way, consider playing on the flank. Now this is up to Benji. Benji, if you feel comfortable with this and you don't think the spy is a big threat or issue, then I'm going to leave that up to you and say, okay, you can go try to play flank Pyro, and let's just see how that goes if our flank needs help.
Or maybe the flank, the Pyro could watch the sniper if the spy is focusing sniper more.
It could be. So if the spy becomes a problem, then I want you to be the person to recall him. But I don't want you to wait till it's too late and you die 7 times or something, Maybe after you die 3 times and it looks like the spy's turned into a threat, then recall him.
Usually it's 2 for me, but I can
do 2. Because I'd rather see him guarding you actually than on the flank. But I don't want it to become a problem if he is going to play flank and do that thing. And like you said, you bebop around and usually you're pretty good at evading spies. So if you get a warm fuzzy about that, then let's give it a try and see how the Pyro does on flank. Does that sound good?
Yep, sure.
Okay. All right, so Scout, he'll be on flank usually with our soldier, unless it's a payload. And a payload, he's going to be secondary in a cart, but if there's no one in a cart, then Scout needs to be pushing that cart. And then NG should be in that cart. If the NG's in a cart and the Scout's in a cart and are pushing it, there's a spy or some other threat here, and you can go and make the kill. You can detach from the cart as long as the NG's on it. Go make your kill, and then come on back to the cart. Just don't get too far from it. So it's okay to detach to get a pick as long as the NG's on it. If you guys push the car up so quick, or so far, and there's a big giant threat here, obviously you're going to die, then you guys can get off and do your thing for a while until we suppress them and can push the cart. But then, it turns into a normal flank situation at that point in time. Okay, so Scout, again, when you're on a cart, you just keep pot-shotting. Even if you chip away at them 8, 10, 12 health at a distance or whatever, if our soldier or demo or whoever heavy gets in here, they're going to go down that much easier. So you're still doing your part of the job as a team, and you can call it spam or just chipping away at them. But by all means, just keep pick at them. Everybody, NG2, as we're on there. Okay, so if you go down, Scout or soldier in F4, if you guys die, then the last one to die, you're going to say your flank is down. That means somebody in a combo should try to help out or do something. Or usually what I do is demo. I'll put some spam or rollers down flank just to try to suppress them a little bit to hold them at bay and tie it down if I can get away with it. I mean, it always doesn't work out. But or maybe if you guys need help in flank, maybe that's the time the medic could release the Pyro to go help in flank, especially if they have a very strong flank. So if you need help on flank, then call it Scout and Soldier. Just say, hey, I need help on flank, and then we'll go ahead and see about helping you get more spam, maybe send a Pyro, whatever. Okay, so that's about it for the Scout. And then Sully, we need to practice on the airstrikes. I think what we're going to do with the airstrikes is we're going to say, check, and if we're dead or we can't do it, then we're going to say no, or too far, or not a position. So he always should be hearing 4 people respond. So if I'm dead, I'll just say no. And then if you hear 3 checks, then we're going. If you hear 2 checks, 2 no's, then we're not going. Or if you hear 3 no's, obviously we're not considering it at all. So, and then at that point, ideally, you to our med getting a buff when you're about ready to call it. Airstrikes, you're going to do anywhere from 0 to about 40% of our Uber or crits. And then once we get close to having, like at 90% or so, then that would be another good time to do it. And then go ahead and call it. And then it should be pretty fast call. And the call should be like airstrike, and then check, 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 no. And then 3, 2, 1, and then you do it. And our spy will be moving in on 3. And then he's going to be a distraction along with the soldier, and ideally I'll be up or heavy, and we'll come in on the flank when they're looking at you guys or gawking at you guys. Okay, so if you're going to bomb the target, try to always orchestrate with us if you can. So and timing, and also there's been a time or two where it's not clear to me where you're going to airstrike. I don't see the medic or the target. So maybe if you think it may not be clear, you could call, okay, I'm going to bomb to the left, or I'm going to bomb to the right, or I'm going to bomb to the pocket, so I know where you're going. There's been a couple times where I didn't know where you were going to go on an airstrike, so I didn't know where to push into. And maybe you could see it from where you're at, and I just couldn't see it from where I was. So just, always coordinate the bombs, things like that, and then make sure it looks obvious where you're going. Again, if you need help on flank F4, just let us know. And if you're the last one down, then you call our flank is down between the two of you. All right. Sniper. Okay, so Holly, are you here, Holly?
Yeah.
Okay.
So.
All right. So if you get attacked by a spy, okay, then we want to hear a very loud help, or help me, and then we all should run around here, Holly, excitedly saying help me, and he should have a spy behind him, and he should be running right at us. So that's like perfect for heavy, just to mow down a spy. As Holly's running at us, right, and then just mow down a spy right behind. Or I'll put spam there, or soldier put rockets there, and ideally kill the spy or our pyro. I think the last couple of games we've done a good job of keeping the spies down. And again, don't say spy behind you. Just say behind. Very excitedly, very loudly, one word behind. I know it's a habit to say spy or to say there's a spy behind you. Yeah, and it's a hard habit to break, but just keep working on saying behind. If you don't say it right, just be aware I didn't call it right, and then work on it, build upon it. Yeah, until you get that down pat. Even I had problems. I still, once in a blue moon, don't say it right. But just try to one word behind, and that's what we're getting used to. And I think it saves you, because if you say, demo, there's a spy behind you, by that time I'm dead. It's that quick. So the one word behind in an excited voice, not lackadaisical, not behind. You have to say behind you or behind, something like that. Then if we all keep us all on our toes too, it keeps us all more spy aware. So that's kind of a good thing. So if you hear our sniper say, or help me or help sniper, ideally you could have time to say, or class help sniper, and just run at the combo. And then if there's a problem and you keep going down, then you can join the combo instead of being a lone wolf out on the flank. Of course, you know that. Okay, and every call, everybody, make sure you call where the sniper is for the sniper versus sniper fight. That way Holly can work the sniper and counter him or her, wherever the sniper is. Okay, then for our spy, okay, and everybody should be aware of this, but you'll hear our spy, Coolis, he's good at this, and he'll say sniper in 5. Everybody be tuned into that. That means do not peek, even though if it's tempting or you think you want to spam, just wait, sniper in 5, because if you take the risk and you peek, then you can be dead. So if you go down and you peek and he says sniper in 5, then that's on you. The other thing he'll say is distract in the location. So he'll say distract flank. So that means put spam on flank, because what he's going to do is he's going to make a move and he wants the pyro to move away so he can go get the sniper or the medic. So he'll say distract flank. And it's important that we try to support him. We always can't do it, it's situational, but if you see an opportunity where you can do that, then that's a good thing. It helps out our spy, helps out the team. So and then also with Coolest, we'll orchestrate SG zaps, and then he also pushes on the airstrike. So there's times where Coolest knows to be ready to zap a gun, and then everybody needs to wait till he zaps a gun, and then we all make our move. Sometimes we'll do that with the airstrike too, type thing. And the second point in this map is a good example of that. We might try to push it out here from the right, and then do a bomb onto the gun. In that case, we need the gun zapped. So that would be our soldiers going to get a buff over here, maybe our scouts back over here, and then our combo's ultimately going to push out from over here. We'll do a pincer attack. Soldier will come up and over, the spy will come up over here, and then our combo is going to come out of here. So there'll be a little bullying going on, and also as you're pushing out through here, you have to watch out for threats up there. But I just use this as a good example of that. We're not going to obviously have time to do a map review, so maybe tomorrow we'll do one beforehand. Okay. Also, our spy will focus a designated player who's going to top frag. All right, Grandpa's leaving us for now. All right. So there'll be a designated focus player. So that would be a top fragger, like who's the biggest threat, the main caller demo. The team we're playing is going to be a main caller demo. So I would like us today and tomorrow work on killing the demo, and that's what we're going to do in the match. I don't care if we win or lose the scrims. I just want to play against how we're going to play against Nimitz's team, which is the garbage men. And so that's our scrim partner, by the way. And we beat them on Vigil last time we played them, but we had 4 different players at the time. So they're beatable. We just have to be well-oiled, and they may have a ringer too, by the way. Okay, so that is it for the classes. That is it for the whole season, all the different maps we're going to play. This is just how we, gel and work together. Also, is everybody here set to record automatically?
Yes.
I have playback installed.
Yep.
Okay, so because if you don't, you get a permanent ding on your RGL record. You get on the ban list automatically, and not a good thing. So don't make sure that you're recording, test it, and keep on top of that. Because if you don't, it's not worth it. Yeah, and it depends on the map. There's not going to be a lot of airstrikes in this particular map here, F4. So what you're going to do is, the big thing is going to be coming up here and over here. We have trouble getting onto that. There's a nice place where I can spam to from here. And a spy, Coles is really good about saying a gun's spammable. He knows that if it's in that sight line right there, I can come back here and put rollers. My big threat is going to be the sniper sitting here watching for me doing that, working the gun or working the hill. So, or maybe he's over here. But that's, sometimes I can actually get the gun or hurt the gun or give them attention, make it, and then come over here. Okay, so I'm going to go a little bit onto this map, what I can cover now. I was hoping to do an hour today, do half hour of the standard, half hour of the map. Obviously, that's not going to happen. We have a bunch of people not here right at the moment, too, so whatever. It is what it is. Okay, so Heavy, you're going to be watching through here. Right, and what we're going to do, Scout, you're going to start leading up through here. And you're going to check and clear it. And then our combo is going to push up through here usually. Not always, but usually. If they have a bunch of stickies on this side, we know it, then we might push out the flank and come off over here, what we're calling the flank, the left side of the trail. And then we can spam, if they have a forward hold, which usually they don't, they have the gun back here at the chicken wire. and which is a more of a passive hold on first. Sometimes if they get a real fast time, we may try to change it up and do a hard hold. That means we put our dispenser here. That means we put our gun right around here, Kelly, wherever, maybe here or so. And this, the more passive hold is putting the sentry back around here. And the NG's ready to move it. The dispenser's right here generally. So sometimes what I'll do is a demo. I'll put a trap up in here, and then I'll debt, and I'll come back running out and try to get out of dodge. But sometimes a really fast soldier scout, they come up through there and they get me. So a scout, you could be up here with me, kind of watching this opening to make sure a soldier doesn't jump in there and kill me. Sometimes we've had players hide back here. We'll have a soldier and a heavy, or maybe a scout on defense in here. And as soon as this cart comes and starts coming here, then you guys make your move and you come back behind here. And our spy sometimes will mimic our soldier or scout or heavy who's ever hiding back there, and he will come out here dressed as one of them. Then he'll cloak, come back out, he'll be dressed as the other one. Well, actually not in this map because they can't see through there. So never mind that. That's like a Swiftwater. We'll do that. Our heavy, we might try putting him here at the heavy glitch spot at the cliff on defense. And then what you'll do Swifty is then you'll fall back to here, and then fall back to here. Kind of work that, and you can come back and come up to the hill that way. Can you say that, Benji? Go ahead and just say it.
Yes, I just finished off typing. But basically, you know the window on the very end of that room? You know what I'm talking about?
This right here?
No, actually at the flank. So,
you mean up here?
Yeah, with about 10 seconds to go, I'm going to stand where you're standing and buff the soldier and scout. And then when there's 10 seconds to go, I'm going to back away to the original position. It just means the flank has a buff when the game begins.
Back to here.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so,
and I'll probably be up there too, so you can buff me as well.
I want to try and give the flanks a heal before the game begins, so if you don't mind standing at the window, that'd be great.
Okay.
I typically find like 7 was good for me because it gives them the buff lingers a bit longer. I forget how long buffs last if you fully buff people.
It's 10 seconds.
Yeah.
So maybe if I can do it like 4 or 5 seconds, or maybe 3 seconds to go.
Yeah, you can experiment during the scrim. How long you think how much time you think you need the get behind chicken wire again.
Okay, I'll do it in 3 seconds because I don't think the Cyber's gonna expect me to like stay up there for so long.
Yeah, as long as you can get past that nasty sightline on track, you should be fine.
I'll just crouch, I'll still a step. Don't worry about it. But yeah, that'll be kind of important because then the flank will actually have a buff, so they can stay up a little longer. We can probably hold first, just like 5 seconds, 10 seconds more, and that adds up over time.
Yeah, no, I get it.
What I'll do sometimes is I'll come up over here and I'll put a lot of spam up over the trail there as demo. I just have to be careful, sniper. But I'll just put up a lot of rollers there.
We're talking about pre-game, Moy, so they shouldn't be out that far.
Oh, I know. I thought we were done with that. So I'm just talking about holding this back here, passive, after I get out. I'm moving on from that. Okay, so the hardest thing is that those we had the push. We call this a drop-down push. This opens up an offense. And we'll drop down, have our heavy, pyro, demo, medic all come this way. And our soldier will have a nice buff here. Ideally, our spy will be back here ready to zap the gun. If we're going to orchestrate that, try not to die so we can push in a large group. Or if their numbers dwindle, then we can just kind of just push in fast and furious. A lot of times you'll see their heavy, pyro, soldier all playing right around here too on defense as we're pushing in. All right, so once that goes down and we get the gun down, I like to try to bum rush as fast as we can. If you come through near the hill here, don't worry about swinging out there. Just go straight down this way. You can get here a lot faster by coming down right to that building there. And then what I like doing is edging right here with stickies.
And
you'll see and you'll see they're heavy, like usually hanging here doing this, right? Yeah. And if our heavy is here too, then he can come here. Our pyro can get a little flame going on up out there too. And so you try to deny that area there. You'll see sentries in a crate. You'll see sentries in a track. We call this the cubby. You'll see sentries in the cubby here. You see a dispenser here. But we try to edge it, edge it, edge it. Be careful of spies coming back through here. They love to come in through here. Careful of trap right up through here. Sometimes we'll push in this way,
Yeah.
and then what we'll do is I'll hop up here, hop up here. If they have players there, you might get seen and the cat's out of the bag. Hopefully not, but it's 50-50. And sometimes I'll come up here, I'll come up forward, and heavy come up here, and our medic gets there. And we'll go 3, 2, 1, now. Pop out, we use, gun goes down, and we get right in their face. That can be a pretty powerful move because they usually don't expect your whole combo coming in from this way. So that would be we're gonna come in from under. Sometimes they have a player here watching. This is what one of our players needs to do is watch, like our pyro or whatever. You need to kind of come out here if you're doing your thing and air blasting, spy checking. Hey, how's it going, dude?
I'm a little late.
So just coming out this way, then our pyro can be checking down here. Sometimes, he'll catch spies coming up to here too. So he can call out, and you can thwart their pushes. You can say, okay, combo's here, and they'll see you. They know they've been spotted. That forces them to circle back around, through, under, up to the main here.
Can I ask something?
Yes?
I usually heal at the back of the cubby. But it's a safe place, but if the sniper gets too aggressive and isn't checked, I'll die. So can someone let me know where the sniper is on the third hold, so I know when to play further forward?
And ideally, we should always know where the sniper is, because in that way, Holly can counter him.
Yeah.
So everybody, it's really important. It's really important. Just don't say I got sniped. And you have to wait, because it takes a while to see where he's at after you get sniped. But just say snipers on the, snipers on the flank, or snipers on the trail, or snipers in the window, whatever. Just make it known so we know where the sniper is, and that way Holly has a chance to counter him. And it's also situational awareness. Their sniper, they have 2 snipers on that team that we're playing tomorrow. The garbage men. One of them is pretty good. He's like their number 2 focus player. The other one's not so good. I'm not sure who's going to play. But they wanted to ring a sniper, and looks like he plays demo a lot. His name's Gray. So if they ring Gray as a sniper, it might be better than their weaker sniper, but not as good as their number 2 sniper.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Gray's pretty chill. Can I ask what that sniper sightline is? What the call out is?
You mean where the sniper's hiding? You mean like over here?
Where the sniper peaks. What's that call out?
Right here?
Yeah.
Well, you could call it the flank building. I've heard it called burgers. See burgers there?
Okay,
and
yeah.
This is locker room. See locker room too. So there's 2 different areas here.
Okay.
And our flank hopefully can suppress their sniper. And if you guys need help on flank, let us know. Okay, we don't have time.
I never saw us push off flank, Moy. I feel like if we pushed, if our whole combo went on flank with the our flank, we could probably leverage the gun out before we have to exchange Ubers, especially if their sniper's dead.
Right. Yeah, you're right. We just normally don't do that. We're pretty good about taking down third, even coming through here. We're usually pretty good about edging it out, or pushing it in their face too. So, maybe we're not usually thinking of flank.
Well, there's been a few times where you try to push up tracks and just one combo member dies after the other.
Yeah, well, I'll try to keep it in mind. YouTube, NGK. For some reason, I'm usually not thinking of pushing through flank, just because maybe we never do it. But there's no reason why we shouldn't try it. So
exactly.
Let's try to test it out here and do that.
Because if we have the sniper, soldier, and you, Moy, spamming from the flank, I mean, there's not much they can do. Especially if they're really anal and staying in pocket, you can slowly spam them out and especially get that gun for free, assuming the sniper's dead and you don't have to worry about the sniper.
We're missing somebody in here. Who are we missing?
Ollie.
Oh yeah, okay. So it's
At least in Discord. I don't
yeah,
know.
Connect. I'm gonna give him connect.